So what are your final thoughts on the service learning?
Well, I think it was such a fun experience because it allows you to develop a really good relationship with the students. You get to see them every week and they get to see you, so it feels like a very friendly environment. It was also such a great experience because it allowed me to explore myself as a teacher. Sometimes it was challenging, so I didn't really know how to lesson plan and what type of activities to prepare. But when you give it a thought, it allows you to extend your resources, extend your knowledge about teaching, because you start asking about how to lesson plan, how to manage time, and how to best teach the students. So I think it's such a great opportunity.
So are you willing to continue these kind of service learning activities?
Definitely, I would love to do it again. I think it was, like I said, such a great chance for me to be able to do this while I'm taking courses as well in order to learn. And I think it's a great chance to put in practice what you learn in a class. So I think I would like to do that again. So Wanda, tell me, did the mini teaching meet your expectations?
Well, the mini teaching never really met my expectations. The students' performance were like two extremes. The first lesson, they never met my expectations. I expected them to be like shy and quiet, and I expected myself to have to motivate them a lot to participate in the class. But however, the way they acted were like they continuously complained in Chinese and asked us to speak in Chinese over and over again. So I did not see that coming, and it was I didn't know that they were that scared to speak in English. So after the first class, I was afraid that we would have to go through these complaints and crying for like the entire semester. But however, the later lessons, it turned out pretty good. Like it exceeded my expectations. The students, they became more attentive and they participated more in class. Even the talkative students would answer our questions, and they're also willing to do the activities that we prepared. So things turned out pretty good, and it was more than beyond of what I've expected, and I'm quite happy about that.
And if you ever had the chance to do this or participate in any service learning, would you like to do it again?
I would love to, because through this service learning, I've learned a lot of how to design a lesson plan and how to interact with kids and how to teach the kids in order to grasp their attention. So now that I've learned a lot, I like to use these skills and knowledge into more service learning in order to practice my skills and to polish it. Okay, so how do you design your lesson plan, and what are your reflections for your teaching?
I design my lesson plans by like how old my students are, who they are, and what exactly their goals are. So, like for example, if they're professionals, they're a little bit older. I will take random articles from Wikipedia, and basically we'll read them together. We'll switch off for a paragraph, and then afterwards, for comprehension, I will ask them follow-up questions, make sure they understand everything that's in the article. And I feel like it's pretty efficient. It's because you can ask like on the spot what if they understand, if they follow what's going on, etc., etc. Yes.
So how do you design your lesson plan, and how do you incorporate the reading comprehension strategy into it?
When I designed my lesson plan for my tutoring kids, I usually took up a difficult one, and just to test their English proficiency and challenge them a little bit. I wouldn't, though I took the difficult book or difficult picture book, I wouldn't expect too much from them, but I want to give them their best to learn. That's my motivation to why I took the difficult picture book. And while teaching them, I would focus on the important words and sentences and phrases that I wish that they can learn, not the entire, not every single word in the picture book. So that would be my main intention while teaching them picture book. At the end, I would ask them to take up roles and act out and try to integrate all those words and phrases that I've learned, and that would make them more familiar with what they have learned and what I wanted them to learn, because I wanted them to learn the common phrases, the dialogues, and simple words. and when they do the role playing, they use all these words that they have learned, and not much focusing on the narration, which I would take that part and ask them to act only say the dialogues in the book. So basically, I would involve them more in my teaching and try to focus more on what is important and what is more useful and what they can learn and what to their proficiency. Basically, I would do this way. Thank you. The kids usually they feel at the beginning they find it very difficult, and but when I finish my teaching, when I finish my lesson plan, they are more. I think that the knowledge they have is a lot and more than what I expected, and they're more familiar with the difficult terms and difficult words and phrases. So I think that gives me a lot of satisfaction. Though it's at the beginning, it's very challenging, and student might feel that their English level is not really good because when they come across difficult words. But at the end, the results are quite positive, and I feel at least satisfied with their performance, and they might also feel satisfied when they really go to their higher grades and come across more difficult subjects, and it will be very useful for them.
My reflection for my own teaching is that I feel that the student really like to do the reading comprehension question really like to answer those questions after I read through the book with them. Maybe it's because the book I chose is really fun and they like it. So when they do the reading comprehension question, they eagerly raise their hand and want to answer the question. And most of the reading comprehension question require them to speak a lot. It's not a simple word answer, so they like to explain it in English, which improve their fluency in English too. And after that, the following up activity, I let them to draw the story in A4 paper. I separate the paper into 8 different empty spots so they can draw the story into the paper. When I saw them drawing the pictures, I feel like they really know the story, so they can divide the story well into 8 different pieces. And I call the pieces off when they retell the story. They can show all the classmates what they draw and put it together. So I think they like the activity which involve creativity, drawing, and their understanding of the story. So I think my lesson went well and they like it a lot.
Okay.